Welcome back to our course, Action Game Coding Essentials. Now, in a previous lesson, we set the HP of the cat and the bear walking to change when they were hit by a projectile. So the bear walking lost HP when it was hit by the fireball thrown by the cat, and the cat lost HP when it was hit by the bananas thrown by the bear walking. Now, at the moment, if we just test this game, and we'll just bring the cat down here, you will see that when it gets hit by the bananas, it doesn't visually do anything. Yes, we lose a health point up here. If you watch, oh, we just fired one very quickly. There goes another one. So we're losing a health point, but nothing else is happening to the cat. And it's a nice thing in a game if you have some visual thing happen. So here's what we're going to do. Sticking on the cat sprite, we're just going to move down to this blank area here, and we're going to put on here when I receive begin game. So from events, I'm sure you can remember this, we're going to put a forever. Inside the forever, these are from control, of course, we're going to put an if, then we go to sensing, and we're going to put a if touching bananas. And what we want is something to happen here, something visual. And a great thing to do, if we go to our control code blocks, we have this wonderful code block called repeat. We've already used repeat until, which is down here, for firing, but now we're going to do this one, which is repeat a number of times. And we're going to put this into here. Whatever is inside this code block here will repeat this number of times before moving on. So what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to make the cat get bigger. So let's go back to our looks code blocks here. Let's find change size, and we're going to put change size by 10, and we're going to reduce this down to 5 repeats. So the cat is going to increase in size by 50. Now, once it's got bigger, it would be really good if it shrunk back down again. So let's simply right click on the word repeat, duplicate this code block, put it down below. You'll notice that sometimes when we duplicate code blocks, it turns the algorithm on. So I'm going to press E to turn it off. And this time I'm going to edit this one so that the cat reduces back down again. So when it's hit by the bananas, it will get bigger by 50 in 10 step increments, and then get smaller by 50 in 10 step increments. So let's test this. Back to our game. We'll bring the cat out so we can see it. And now we have some visual feedback of the cat being hit by the bananas. This is much better. Okay. Now I'm going to pause here for a moment and allow you to code and test this algorithm. Okay, we've got the cat doing something. Let's get the bear reacting in some way. So let's select its sprite under the stage, and we'll do the same as before. When I receive begin game, let's zoom in a little here. We want a forever. We want an if. From sensing, the top code block is touching. And we want to change this to touching fireball. We're going to go and get our repeats. And let's do something slightly different here. We're going to change this repeat, I think, to 20. And we're going to put inside it, we're going to go back to looks, and we're going to put inside a change color effect by 25. We're going to duplicate this, and we're going to change the color effect by -25. And let's test this and see if this works. I'm not sure whether these numbers are correct, but let's just have a go. Of course, it's always experimentation and testing. So let's fire something at the bear, and you can see the bear is changing colour there. when it's hit. I don't think that is incredibly effective, so let's try changing this to 10, this to 10, and let's see if this gives us a better range of colours. It may or it may not. Minus 10 here. And let's try this again. So once again, let's fire at the bear. That's kind of going bluish, isn't it? Okay, we can see that the bear is reacting, but it's not very dramatic. Certainly not as dramatic as the cat getting larger and smaller. So let's try something else. Maybe instead of the colour effect, let's try the whirl effect. So switching both of these to the whirl effect, and let's see what we get with this. So the whirl effect is definitely not having much of an effect with these settings. Let's ramp it up. Let's make this 40 and this 20, this 40 and this minus 20. Again, experimentation is the key here. Just try it out. It's a very odd effect. Let's try that again. That's quite amusing. Let's speed this up. Let's make this 20 and this 40 and this 20 and minus 40. Give it another go. That's better. We don't need to stop here. We could try, let's see, what else have we got here? We've got the pixelate effect. Should we try that? Oh yes, that's quite unusual. So there's a potential effect as a reaction when the bear is hit. I'm going to pause and let you code this algorithm. Try some of these other ones out here. I think to be safe, we're going to add one other code block in here, and that is we're going to do the set effect. We're using the pixelate effect here. So when the game begins, we're going to make sure the pixelate effect is turned off. If you change these to other effects, change it here also, but have a go, experiment and see if you can find an interesting graphic effect. Okay, so that's quite fun. Let's try and add another effect onto this bear. So we are going to add in another when I receive begin game. Oops, I should zoom back in here. Another forever, another if touching fireball, and this time we're going to see if we can make the bear run off. So we're going to put repeat 10 here. I think we'll increase this to repeat 20. We'll put a move 10 steps from the motion code blocks, and from looks we need next costume. Let's try this. So now when we hit the bear, we get the pixelate effect and the bear hurries away. That's quite fun. Now you've got two algorithms here. Let's clean up the blocks here and zoom back out again. We don't need to have both. I could turn this one off, which is the pixelate effect, and just have the movement effect. Let's try that. So now we're not going to pixelate. And now the bear just runs off. Let's end this and just add one other code block into here. When it touches the fireball, let's make the bear turn 180 degrees. So it turns in the opposite direction, like this. Let's test this. So now we are getting the bear, if I can hit it, to turn away. Now if this bear was chasing us, it would turn and run away, I think. So that's fun. Let's end the game and have a go at coding this algorithm. Okay, at the moment the bear is running away. Let's have a little bit more fun with this algorithm down here. So I'm going to zoom in and we're going to add a few bits of code to it. We're going to make the bear run away. Once it's finished running away, this is this repeat loop here, we're going to make it turn around. Now, in order to do that, we have one little problem. If we go back to the first code block, our properties code block, right back up here, you will remember that we set the bear to face left, right only, so it can't turn upside down. And there's a way in which we can turn this off and then on again. So let's move back down to our algorithm, our reaction algorithm, right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to our motion code blocks and we're going to add in, where are we? Set rotation style. And we're going to put this one after the repeat. So this is the repeat in which the bear runs away. Then we're going to set the rotation style to all around. We're going to go back to our control code blocks and we're going to put a repeat in here. And let's put in here repeat 36, and for motion we'll put turn 10 degrees. So the bear should spin around, and then we'll set the rotation style after it's done that back to left right. Well, let's test this to see if this works. So here we go. We'll just, there we go. You can see the bear, whoops, once it gets hit, it does this turn. That's quite fun, actually. I think we could probably speed this up. Let's make the bear turn twice. So instead of 10 degrees, we'll change it to 20 degrees. Let's give this a go. Okay, here we are. Oh, that's a lot of fun. You get the idea. We're essentially making the bear turn. Now there's an alternative to this, of course. We want these numbers, when multiplied, to add up to multiples of 360. If we change this to 10 and this to 36, the bear will turn fast but quicker. So let's try this one. Begin our game again. Fire at the bear. There we are. This is a faster turn, isn't it? Oops. See if I can hit it. There we go. See, I've got to aim just in front of it. So that's pretty good. That works pretty well. I'm going to do one other thing here. I think it's moving a little too far. Let's change. And remember, this is the move one. This is the turn repeat loop. So in this one here, I'm going to just turn this down to just 10 times 10 steps. So it'll move 100 steps before it turns. One more test. Let's get the cat a bit closer. I think that's better. Whoops. Come on. There we go. So we've expanded our reaction algorithm here to include running away and turning. I'm going to pause to allow you to add in these extra code blocks here and test them for yourself. Okay, I think we've created quite a few reactions that you can experiment with. I'm going to do one more thing before we finish. The bear at the moment, if you remember, let's move back up here. The bear at the moment is moving on its own. Here we are. So it's pointing in a random direction at the beginning of the game, and then it's moving and bouncing off the edge of the stage. Let's temporarily turn this algorithm off, and below it we have one in which the bear chases the cat. Let's put that one back on again, and let's just test this. Now you will see that we have a chase. And what's more, the bear is throwing bananas at us as it chases. If we hit it, we have a little problem here, and we're going to fix this problem, in that the bear is definitely not turning around and running away. In fact, it's coming towards us, isn't it? So let's see if we can fix that. So it's nice to have the bear chase us. It's definitely not good to have it run faster towards us if we hit it with a fireball. Okay, so let's have a go. We'll end the game, and we're going to have a go at fixing that. Now, the reason that we're having this problem with the bear not turning round and running away when the fireball hits it is because we have two algorithms that are fighting with each other. We have this algorithm where the bear is pointing towards the cat and chasing the cat, and then we have our reaction algorithm all the way down here where the bear is being told to turn and run away, and they are conflicting with each other. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to temporarily turn off this reaction algorithm down here. I am going to then duplicate our reaction. We don't need the forever. I'm going to duplicate our reaction here. I'm going to zoom right out because I want to move this, and this can be a little bit tricky in Scratch. I'm going to move this up, right up here, and then we'll zoom back in again. So now you can see we've got these two bits of code next to each other. Here's the code for chasing the cat. Here's the code for the reaction. Now the way to solve our problem is we simply put this inside the chasing code, like so. Let me just zoom out a bit so we can see this full algorithm. There we go. Sometimes we have to move things around so we can see them. Now our code is saying point towards the cat and move 2 steps, so it chases, but if it's touching the fireball, it's going to be forced to run these repeat loops, to run away and spin around. Outside of here, we have 2 conflicting algorithms, but inside it will stop chasing the cat until it has finished this if. So let's go ahead and test this. And we'll move towards the bear, we'll fire at it, and now it behaves exactly the way we want it to. We now have an enemy that is being repelled and is losing HP as we go. So this is a really useful, there we are, the cat will lose HP when it's hit by a banana, but not when it's touching the bear. Let's see if we can get the bear to shoot. There we go. Whoops, did it miss? We did put the algorithm in so that the bear sometimes misses, but anyway, our reaction is working perfectly now. So let's pause once more, let you code this one here, or rather move, you can duplicate if you like, move the ifs and the repeats from the other algorithm up here. Do not forget to turn this one off by just moving the forever away. And I'm going to zoom in as best I can here and pause. Here we go. I'm going to pause and let you make that edit and test it. Okay, well, Once again, it's time to save our game. I think we've accomplished enough in this lesson. So we're going to go up to File, Save to your computer. I think we can version this. Why not? Let's make this a version 3. So we have 1, 2, 3 versions of this game, and we're going to save. And that's it for this video lesson. In the next video lesson, we're going to create some power-ups for the cat so that it can regain health throughout the game.